Welcome back, dear listeners, to Dreams into Action, where we review the finest and rarest records to help relieve your lockdown tedium. But soft, what light through yonder tunnel breaks? And crikey, are we ready to relaunch the business? We're planning all sorts of post-lockdown festivities, in-store gigs, preparations for Record Store Day, and a grand reopening. We've ordered bunting, party balloons, and there'll be confectionery galore from the local pound shop.
Seriously, Bart? Are we running a record shop or children's birthday parties? We want to attract men of a certain age who have been cooped up for months with the missus and need to satisfy their pent-up desire for fresh vinyl. They'll want alcohol, savoury snacks, and a great deal want a used Joy Division or the new Fortet album. They don't want bouncy castles and clowns.
Oi Mug, open this door.
We're closed. I'm afraid we're not accepting footfall custom at the present time.
Open this fucking door. Want a fucking word with you, mate?
I'm afraid I can't open the door. We're in lockdown and we're observing strict social distancing here. Haven't you seen the government advice? Alternatively, you can visit us at dreamsintoaction.catford. See, I told you, Vic. The public are already desperate for new vinyl.
Actually, Bart, they look like the Bermondsey Mods, who we featured on last week's show, and they look like someone pissed in their beer.
Whatever they're after, I don't think it's vinyl.
Oh Denzel, who are you calling a fucking untermenschen?
I'm afraid there's no Denzel here. Try the betting shop next door.
And who are you calling oix, eh? And talking about Weller and the Gallaghers being gay for us.
Please step away from the property, gentlemen, and stop marking the glass with your working class paws. If you do need to get in touch, please do so via email. I'd be more than happy to address your inquiries electronically.
Yeah, right. I'll just go home, get on my laptop, draft a thoughtful message, and email it right up your poncy fucking bugle. You middle-class, non-smoking, Waitrose shopping, wine-drinking, sourdough chopping.
You better pray this lockdown lasts, you hoity-toity cunt, because we'll be back to sort you out. No one fucks with the Bermondsey Mods.
Tell me, sirs, are you fond of confectionery, or are you more savoury men? Oh good, they've gone. What frightful cockneys. They seem really angry with you, Bart. Then again, at least they watched our video.
Look, never mind that. Let's get on with today's feature record, can we? Anyway, oh dear. And this week we're listening to something that Tommy unearthed in the basement. A rare slice of German techno.
Tommy unearthed? What does he know? I pay you to be the expert when it comes to records and their values, Vic. Tommy is my Italian job. A black market, off the books, hired hand, paid straight from petty cash. Well, but Vic, being the indie guitar snob that he is, hates dance music, and having better things to do, asked me to go through the thousands of white label 12-inch singles to see if I could find any rare ones. Better things to do, eh? Well, that's just typical of the ingratitude that workers show their employers these days. And what, pray tell, better things had you to do? Watch football, even though the Premier League is on furlough?
Well, Bart, if you must know, I got Tommy to go through thousands of white label 12-inch singles to see if he could find any rarities amongst them. I also spent the week with Tommy in the basement, deep cleaning and listing 29 rare Vertigo Swirl albums that had been gathering dust down there for years. They're now upgraded from good to excellent, and the result of that, their value is increased by a total of nearly £2,000. We've already sold 3 online for a total of £350. I think I used my time very well and delegated wisely to Tommy. Wouldn't you agree, Bart?
Well, when you put it in clear monetary terms, it does begin to make some sense. But what did Tommy find?
Well, the problem with many dance 12-inch records is they were pressed up on blank white labels. It was a cheap way of doing it, and you'll be lucky to find the name of the artist and the track written on it in felt-tip pen. So to find a really rare dance record, you need to be really lucky or really know your matrix numbers. Matrix numbers, Bart, are the record plant's reference numbers, stamped or etched into the run-out groove between the end of the music and the label itself.
Vic, spare me the geekery and get to the point.
Okay. You see, most techno records are worth mere pennies. However, there are some rare gems, and Tommy found a golden nugget in the basement by Minden from 1993 called Liquid Smoke.
Minden? Liquid Smoke? That's a vaping reference, right? Wrong, Bart. It's just a really banging tune. Hold up, here comes the breakdown. Is that it? They basically just switched the drum machine off. It reminds me of Mykonos, actually. What, you mean the Greek island? No, Mykonos was a campus nightclub run by my university's student union. That don't sound like you, Bart. What kind of nightclub was it? I think it was some kind of lads' night. Loads of guys dancing with each other to electropop.
That's very interesting, Bart. And did you perchance dance with the other lads? Did you shake your booty on the, dance floor?
Gosh, yes. My old university chums and I went there one evening. It was wild. And hot as hell in there. So much so that all the fellows stripped off their shirts and danced topless. One kind chap even helped me off with mine, and he was down to his boxers. The heat even made Rupert ill, and he spent a good half hour in the bathroom.
Bart, don't you think that Mykonos night might have been a gay club night, eh, Bart?
No, nothing like that, Vic. It was run by the student union, for God's sake. Just a load of guys there for nothing but the crack and a glass of good old Merlot. Anyway, the music was like this. Loud, pounding, and somewhat monotonous. Oh yeah, in my club days I took ecstasy and danced all night. I remember one night I was dancing to Robin S. and wanted everybody to show me some love. Anyway, I got tired of waiting, so I decided to make the first move, yeah? Well, I was so full of love that night that I whipped it out and started bashing it right there on the dance floor. Tommy, I think tipping off the inspector in the middle of the dance floor is a new low, even for you. I mean, you always end up going too far, be it in a nightclub, in conversation, or even in this shop, for God's sake. You really have no filter, do you?
Speaking of filters, Bart, and specifically high-pass filters, I've been doing some research into this week's 12-inch white label by Minden. Now look, no one knows who Minden were. They're a complete and total mystery, like a lot of techno records. Anyway, it's a highly sought-after example of melodic techno, and there's been several remixes of Liquid Smoke in the last 5 years alone. So mint copies of the original EP go for about £150.
And gosh, it's a real toe tapper, isn't it?
People don't tap their toes to this, Bart. It's a classic club anthem, a veritable floor filler with banging beats and slamming sounds, guaranteed to get ravers loved up, blissed out, and dancing their asses off.
Well, there we have it, listeners. If you want to own this fantastic and enigmatic slab of banging, slamming, walloping vinyl in excellent condition for a very reasonable £100, then get online now and snap it up. We only have one copy, and it's likely to go up in Liquid Smoke very soon. Ciao for now. And here comes the build-up! They're basically just turning up the volume on the drum machine again, aren't they?